So I'm going to make a thing object. So I really don't know what that thing is going to be. It's a happy guy because it's a good day. Guy needs a nose there and a bit of hair action. Some ears. So it's green face man. Turn green face man into a symbol. Now, one thing when you're working with symbols, Flash will remember whatever the last symbol type you created was. So if the last thing you made was a button, the next thing you make will be a button. So if I now know this time I want it to be a movie clip, I can do so accordingly. And this is going to be, call that green man. Now, if I want green man here I can now choose different snippets. So if I want him to fade in, it gives me an error message and says the symbol requires an instance name. Flash will create an instance name before applying the code snippet. So if you remember how we put instance names on our buttons, if we fail to do that, Flash will provide instance names for us. I would discourage you from relying on that as a practice, because when you start writing your own code, that will come back to bite you in the butt. So name your symbols yourself, and you will. So I'm going to hit cancel with him selected, and I'll call it green. So his name is now green. Now if I go to my snippet, double click, fade in, we can see fade in movie clip, fades it in by increasing alpha with an enter frame, blah, blah, blah. So this says green, listen for the enter frame event, called a FL fade symbol in function, and it now sets his starting alpha or transparency at 0. So we say instance name dot alpha. That's how we can reference the property of an object. Objects have properties. So when something is a movie clip, everything you see in the left or in the property panel on the right hand side of your screen, position, X, Y, width, height, 3D position in view, my color effects of alpha, tint, brightness, all of these are able to be controlled through ActionScript. So he is now selected, and if we look back at his action, we'll see it starts out and it changed his alpha to 0. Then it says his alpha goes up by 1%. If we view 0 as off, 100 or 1.0, or as, which is equivalent to 100%, as being fully opaque. It says if his alpha is greater than 1, then it says stop fading in. So this is more complex code than we were originally looking for. But if you look here, over the course of 100 frames, he will start fading in. So I can run that again, and you can see how he just nice and smoothly fades in. The snippet was animation fade in a movie clip. Now I can also click on Mr. Green, go to snippets. I could say move with keyboard arrows. And if I do that, it inserts this code here, which now is going to allow me to use the arrow keys on my keyboard. And I can now make him interactive, so I can now move him with the left arrow, the down arrow, up arrow, right arrow. So he's now moving based on the keyboard, and Flash wrote all of the heavy lifting code for me. So the snippets are a pretty powerful thing, and you can do lots of creative things with it. And the best way to find out how they all work is just to start experimenting with them and making things work and making things break. And that's how you will figure it out.